just jump in the deep end.
Might as well.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United Way for the post-match reaction. Palace won, United won. Tom, talk to me.
A result like this was going to happen. Well, first off, we're just going to say fair play. I'll say, or however you say his name. Brilliant free kick. He actually seems a good player. I'd be looking at him with player side up in the next few years, but that was just too poor. It's Crystal Palace. It's Crystal Palace. They lost 4-0 to Spurs. They have won one game since Premier League football resumed after the World Cup, and that was to Southampton or Bournemouth. I forget who it was, but it was one of the very poor teams, and they've lost to everyone else, and yet we can't beat. And apparently we're supposed to be a really good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say we're not we're bad or something. We still are a good team, but at the end of the day, with the work in progress and the rebuild you're going to have a few sloppy results, like example today, and that's happened. In general, we've won every single game since the Premier League resumed after normal football resumed after World Cup. And fair, we've been absolutely brilliant, but they've all been home games, except the Wolves one, and even the Wolves one we didn't play well, but we got the win. The home games are grand. Old Trafford were amazing. Then when it comes to an away ground, that was a real. I saw an away game next. You'd be able to see how that goes, and yeah, it just didn't work out for us.
I mean, there's one thing that's actually pissed. It actually makes me feel like we lost Casemiro.
And yeah, Casemiro. We're screwed. I'm going to say Casemiro is probably our best player. I honestly think Casemiro is the best player at the club at the minute. I know obviously Rashford and Varane and all that. There's other good players, but I think Casemiro is the best player in that team. Honestly, he is actually just unreal, and we're missing him. He's the most vital parts in that team. Even the games that we play poor, and he's still one of the better players. And recently, he's been absolutely unstoppable. He's been fantastic, and we're without him for our biggest, toughest game of the season so far. So yeah, we're in trouble. We are in deep, deep trouble.
I mean, there's one thing I'm going to say. I'm not sure it's going to make anyone feel positive, but we beat Arsenal without Casemiro.
We did in fairness. We did in fairness. That is a good point. But I think that's kind of with how good Casemiro's been.
That was at Old Trafford.
So. No, exactly. That's the thing. The home event. We did beat them without Casemiro in fairness. But that's when Casemiro first joined us, and we were still figuring things out. And no, we still that did happen, to be fair, and you have a very good point. It's not a 0% chance we're going to beat them. But at the end of the day, we're certainly not helping ourselves. It was just going to happen. You just knew. You see, Casemiro 1 yellow away from suspension. Rest him today. I saw him playing, and it was 80th minutes when he got the yellow card. It was so late in the game, thinking maybe he's fine, okay, yellow. What happens? He gets a yellow, and then after that we go and concede. Oh, just nightmare, absolute nightmare.
I actually did my predicted team yesterday, and I'm pretty sure everyone had it. I said McFred. Just start McFred. I don't care. Just start McFred. That's what I said.
That should be enough to be Crystal Palace.
Yeah, we brought on McTominay and Fred, so
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I'd rather have Fred being out for a game on Sunday than Casemiro.
Yeah, Fred's just a rotate. He did well against Man City, but he was given a spiffy job. I don't want to see Fred play against what do they call whatever. Maybe he'll have to play now because Casemiro's off. But we are in trouble.
Yeah, I think I hope I'm saying his name right. Isiak Aziz, bad results. Yeah. I mean, listen, it's away at the Emirates. Both teams are going to be hitting towards. I think we will improve for that game. I do think we will improve for that game. By how much? It's the question, but we'll find out. I mean, listen, not the worst result, but not the greatest either. That's just
we didn't lose in fairness, but we should have beaten Crystal Palace. With the improvement we've made, you should look at Crystal Palace, who are not having the best of seasons, and you should be thinking we'll just beat them easy. I know, fair enough, you're obviously going to have a poor, sloppy result against a team you should be beaten. That happens even when Alex Ferguson was winning titles and we were only losing like 4 games a season, we would probably play against a team like Palace, for instance, and expect to win and would probably play shocking and lose. That did happen under Alex Ferguson, and that will happen to a top team. You will always have a poor game against a team you should be wiping the floor with. That's just football. That's just life. That's always going to happen. You're always going to be caught a bad day or maybe a bit of bad luck. Like I'm not gonna like I know the lads are gonna like bounce up for this. This isn't definitely like the beginning of a downfall. This was just one dodgy game that we should not let happen, and I don't think hopefully we'll try for not to let happen again. But it's just so frustrating how this stage we have Arsenal next, and we could have really capitalised. I mean, if we won today, won on Arsenal, only a 3-point gap, and you see and you're thinking maybe something's going on here, and no, we've bottled this. I'm not saying, I know it's January, anything can happen. The season, there's still months left. But at the same time, it was a great opportunity that we have just not taken.
Yeah, I mean, I said at the start of the watch along, I says, we win today, we beat Arsenal, 3 points, title race is on.
Yeah, it would have given us a good confidence booster as well. I mean, I know beating City gives you confidence, but like even beating Palace, even little games like these do mean a lot when like you win, because you have a big game next thinking we beat them, we can beat them as well. But now we have failed to beat Crystal Palace, Arsenal. I'm not saying that we're definitely not going to beat Arsenal or anything, but I'm saying we're certainly not helping ourselves, and we're certainly putting ourselves in a lot more pressure and nerves than we should be.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I mean, listen, I was never saying we were going to win this title, and listen, we still can.
I don't think like you can't go say we win the title. Like I mean, I'll be honest, I couldn't even watch the game because my live stream wasn't working. I saw some clips, but I didn't watch the whole match, so I don't really know how we really play. I know, like I think one Saka played really well, and there was a few players. Anthony was poor, but yeah, no.
Don't get me started on Anthony Tom. He is just dog shit at the moment.
He really would want to wake up now. Like I know I saw a few poor from the start, thinking give him time. Like you got to spur your players, but he was all like even against City. I'll be honest, he was poor. Like he was the only player against Man City that played that wasn't that good. Like everyone else was at least decent. He was just mid. Like he kept losing the ball, trying to skew for no reason. Like I gotta admit, this guy is really doing himself no favors, and I'm getting tired. I am getting really tired of him just doing pointless skills. Like he's 80 million pounds. I really don't get why he's been like. I understand why Ten Hag wants him because he did well with him at Ajax, but like, it's just disgraceful. Like I mean, like, and he was on a fight with Fernandes as well. Like all that. Like it's like, what is he doing? Like he is actually, and the fact we're playing Bruno as a right winger instead of him, that just shows how bad it's getting. When the attacking midfielder is getting put at right winger ahead of you, when you're 80 million pounds, that just shows how bad you are, and it just shows how much you need to improve and wake up, because you are not good enough for this team, and you're not going to get into the team if you're letting Cams get ahead of you in the team. Like, look yourself in the mirror and just improve. Like, man, you are not good enough for this team. Fucking fix yourself. I'm sorry for swearing, but I was like, fix yourself, man. You are not good enough, and you need to improve, Anthony. I understand he's a young player in a tough league. It's not easy to adapt easy. I know it takes time, but he needs to improve, man. This is not getting any better, and I am running low on patience. I'm still going to give him a chance because it's the first season. You got to be patient. I mean, Varane didn't have the best first season this season. He's been pretty good, I think. Sancho, I mean, obviously, he's only just come back now from all that, like whatever was going on. Let's hope he can make a name for himself and improve. Like I mean, you got to give these players that you're trusting. You got to give them confidence. You give them no hope that there's no chance they'll improve at all. But like at the same time, like Anthony, 80 million pounds, like at 80 million pounds for that. I am actually just like I'm flabbergasted. Honestly, I'm absolutely flabbergasted that we paid 80 million pounds for this guy. A guy who just shouts his own teammates, and he is just so. He's not good enough. He's not good enough. He really isn't good enough, and I'm absolutely sick to death. We needed a right winger, and we bought one, and still we need another right winger because of how bad he is. That just shows how absolutely ridiculous it was spending that much money on him. I'm lost for words. I'm really lost for words. Anthony, wake up and just improve. Like, man, you are not good enough. If like. You're not going to make the team at all at this rate, man.
I mean, someone asked in the comments, 1-1, happy is a Liverpool fan. I think Tom's face and the scoreline answers that for you. So no. We'll talk Arsenal at the end because we know we have a manager who will be pissed off at the. He probably be like the way you are, Tom. Pissed off.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I would go that front in the dressing room. I don't think anyone can get away with this. Like, I would obviously go full on Dave, like, sorry for like fucking kick the boot him or whatever. Like, I absolutely rip this guy to shreds. I'm sorry, I'm fed of this. I don't care if he's got like if he's got these piercings and he's got that he can spin. He can spin. What 5-year-old kids spin? What like what do you want a medal? A fidget spinner? What like we paid $8 million for a fidget spinner. You could buy it for like €2 in the shop. Like,
You're gonna be able to bring
oh my god. You can spin with a football. Oh, what I could probably do that. Like man. Oh my, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. I just I don't know. But I'm not happy with the result, obviously. But one thing I know, Ten Hag obviously is that type kind of guy that he'll want 10 times more on Sunday.
Oh yeah,
against...
I do trust in Telly to improve on that, but like there are certain players in the dressing room, and Anthony being one in particular, who need an absolute just battery.
I don't think we're going to start him against Arsenal. I don't know. I'd rather
to be honest, I really wouldn't. Like, I mean, what is he going to do? Spin around the football, lose the ball, look disinterested, and just have like I know like it. What is he going to do? He is going to do absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. This guy is shocking.
If Sancho is back, we will talk about the game, obviously.
I wouldn't rush him back into it. Like, bring off the bench, but I wouldn't rush Sancho back into it. Like, sure, the guy's been out for ages, so it can't be. Gotta let himself.
What about Garnacho on the left? Martial, Weghorst striker. Rashford on the right.
You could try it.
I mean, you might as well just play with 10 men on the pitch if you're going to fucking play Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, and like, actually, I'm sorry, like I know, but did Weghorst play well or not? I mean, I don't know, like, because I was going to get that working.
He did okay if he could control the ball a bit more at his feet. Obviously, he could be better, but it's a typical debut. Do you know, average is what we'll say. Average.
Yeah. I mean, like with all due respect, I know Weghorst is like he can be very good for a header and all that. And he's tall. Like, well, at the end of the day, Weghorst is not exactly going to be an amazing player for us. Like, he'll score a few goals. He won't do more than that. Like, he'll get. If he gets more than 5 goals, I'll be surprised. I'm not saying I'm not going to make it better, like whatever. Like, he could, but like I'd be surprised if he gets more than 5 goals. Like, he's a decent player at best. He scored 2 goals in the World Cup in the Netherlands, and he's got a few goals in the Bundesliga. Like, I mean,
it's just a backup to Martial.
He's just a backup. Like, no, he's handy. He's certainly a handy option, and he will get a few goals definitely because, like, I do think deep down he's a decent enough striker. But at the end of the day, you can't be like putting you can't be relying your hopes on Weghorst. Like, I mean,
yeah, and he only started training, I think, on the weekend, so it is short time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's very new to it. Like, you can't expect him to just instantly settle in like that. Sure, he's very new to the team, and like, you got to give him a bit of time. You know, like, sure, you can't go like too hard on him. Like, but I mean, just gotta be patient, really.
Yeah. Do you know what this game reminds me of?
Who?
Obviously, we beat them, but the game against Brentford. Who did we play last week in the Carabao Cup? Charlton.
Yeah.
Performance was not the greatest. Yeah, we beat them 3-0, but you know, we just don't show fight against these kind of teams, Tom. And we play the big dogs. We play like fucking prime Barcelona. Like.
Yeah, like, no, I mean, to be honest, like, I've been saying, even though we're getting good results and we're beating, like, the small teams at home, like Nottingham Forest, Brighton, not Brighton, sorry, Bournemouth, Wolves, even, like, sure, who else? I'm not sure, Everton, all them, like, we still didn't play amazing. We were clinical enough and we took some chances, but we gave away a lot as well, but thankfully, they wouldn't take them, like, I mean, we still have a lot to do. Like we're getting good results, and the attack play and the passing play is getting much better. And overall, to a certain level, the defense has improved. But there's still a good bit of work to be done, and there still is a lot work to be done until we can fully say we proved this defense. This defense is good, but it's not amazing.
Yeah, I mean that free kick though. Is it obviously the free kick Palace got? Was it the wall that was shit? The hay that could have done better, or the free kick was just
From what I saw, I only saw a certain angle because my friend said to me it looked a decent free kick. But at the end of the day, that's just going to happen. Sometimes they'll just get a decent free kick for the team when they'll score. That's what's going to happen. That's just football, really. I mean, there's nothing you can really do about it. But sure, look, we put our best foot forward, and it was a good goal from Fernandes. A lovely finish. He'll be good with that. But Casemiro getting suspended. I mean, just overall, first half was decent. It was never the best game, but we looked like we were going to win 1-0. And then Casemiro gets a yellow card, and they get a late free kick and score. It just disappears, just click for fingers, it's gone. It's just one of those games. You do well for a good bit, then just last a little bit, it screws you over.
Lesson learned, Tom.
I guess. I mean, as I said, even when you're on top form, you're still gonna get some dodgy games like this with teams you'll be beating and you don't beat them. Yeah, that's just football. You're always going to have a bad game here and there, and if it's something that's happening, they expect it, and that's just football. That's what's going to happen. But yeah, no, certainly takes into account, certainly, but we will improve. And I do trust this team 100%. Because this team, it's shown so much improvement and progress in the last since the start of the season. I do trust the team to improve. It's just one dodgy game which we should have capitalized and we didn't. But listen, look, that's football. You analyze it, you learn, you improve, you just get better. And we just got to keep our heads up and just got to look forward to the next game. I mean, obviously, far from ideal result, but look, that's football. You're going to get some bad results. Honestly, just keep your head up, keep our heads up. And just try our absolute best. That's all we can really do.
And if that's not an inspiration to anyone, well, I don't know what is. What you said, Tom.
All you can do is best. All you can do is really best in the day. I mean, sure, if your best isn't good enough, you did your best.
Yeah, I mean, Ten Hag, little post-match conference or all that. Just going to read this little bit out. He said, I just said in the dressing room, we can't change it now. We have to look forward and make a plan. Do you reckon we'll be ready for Sunday? I mean, I know we're pissed off and that, but do you reckon we'll be ready for Sunday? I mean, I did watch Arsenal against Tottenham. Average Tottenham, shitty Tottenham, man. Tottenham could have got something out of the game in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Ten Hag will certainly motivate the lads very well. I mean, because against Man City, I mean, no one was really too confident. I mean, we were confident in the end, but I mean, I think we were right because I mean, but remember when Man City went 1-0 up, we didn't look like scoring at all. We looked finished. Then out of nowhere, little charmer look, good pass to Casemiro, Fernandes scores, then Rashford gets a goal. See, game fixed out of nowhere. I mean, it can be one of those games that I don't know. I don't know if we. I mean, I hope so because obviously it's a really, really big game, and if we lose this game, then title race is definitely I'm sorry, we're not in a title race if we don't win this game. We just gotta see what happens. I mean, we can't really say this or that. We just have to see how it pans out. I mean, we just gotta hope. Honestly, we just gotta hope. That's all we can really do.
That's it. I'm not sure you've seen it, but we had a penalty appeal. Did you see that?
No.
Look back. Only if I could really get a video and show you, put YouTube be arseholes and put you for copyright, so I can't really show you.
Sure. I'll probably find it from there or something.
Yeah. I mean, it was McTominay's bit of a fairy at times. He goes down easy, but basically, I don't know what one of I think it was Richards. Went into McTominay, kind of pulling, tugging, all that, and McTominay McTominay kind of kicked the ball forward. McTominay fell. I thought it should have been a pen. Listen, obviously you can only speak of it, through explain, but it's hard to explain. But when you watch it, you'll probably have an answer for yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, whether it was a penalty or not, like, I mean, but at the end of the day, somewhere you're gonna get a decision that goes against you when it shouldn't have, and like that's just football, honestly. Like, I know it's annoying and you kind of wish it happened, but at the end of the day, like, I mean, that's just football. Like, you're gonna get a decision to go against you, and doesn't give you bad. Like, I mean, as much as it is annoying and as much as it should have gone your way, it sometimes just won't. And honestly, you just have to just sit there and be fair enough. Didn't happen. That's just like decisions are gonna go against you, and you just have to make of it. Like,
That's it. That is it. That is it. But I mean, in a way, I just can't wait for. Well, I always can't wait for United to play. But yeah, title race, blah 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 blah. I mean, I might have got a bit carried away against the game against Man City and said, "Oh, title race,
I think we all did in fairness. Like, sure, it was a great win. Like, and I mean, not many people like were expecting us to win, but sure. As I said, it's just football, and like we just gotta move on. Honestly, I mean, like one bad result, far from ideal. Improve and move on. That's all we can really do. Like, don't sit there and cry over spilt milk. Just improve and move on. And like Arsenal's a tough game, but honestly, like that's all I can really do. Like,
yeah, that's it. And I mean, if that's the shitty performances you're going to see from United this season. I say if you're going to see performances like that against teams like Palace, I hope that's the last shitty performance we see against a team like Palace. Like,
I mean, unfortunately, like it probably won't be, but sure, like that's football. I mean, I think we'll definitely improve. Like, but between now and May, we'll definitely have a game or two at least where we play shite. Like, it's gonna happen. Like, that's just football. Like, I mean, like Man City will, Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool shit every game, but like yeah, no, sure. I mean, we're definitely gonna have another game or two this season where we play under par. Like, but that's gonna happen. Like, but we will improve definitely. Like, I mean, I'm still confident in this team, and I do trust the team to improve. Like, I mean, they've proven me wrong so many times with like doing well. Like, so I think they can do it again. So I trust them fully.
So he's not allowed in.
yeah, so I mean, I'll go through stats, player ratings. I mean, I'll watch it back 2-3 times more, and I'm still pissed off. I reckon while we're speaking, Tom, do you reckon we're getting slated all over Instagram, Twitter, TikTok?
Probably.
Yeah, that's it. What about your stats? Jesus. So, shots, Palace had 10 shots, United had 15 shots, 5 shots on target, Palace, 4 shots for United, 4 shots on target for United. Possession, 39%, Palace, 61% United. Palace have made 392 passes to United, 617. Pass accuracy, 73% Palace, 81% United. 9 fouls, Palace, 10 fouls United. 1 yellow card, Palace, 2 yellow cards United. No reds, no offsides, 3 corners each. And 1 goal. I mean, those stats don't make me want to sit down and cry, but they don't want to make me stand up and laugh either. I mean, I'm guessing you watched parts of the game.
Yeah, I saw a few clips, but like my app wasn't working, so like I obviously saw the goal and the free kick and like some other clips and all that. Like, but I didn't see. I barely saw any of it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's just one of those games like that just.
Yeah.
I mean, like we played average. Do you know what reminds me of? Do you remember we played Palace? It's like the Palace days. It's like the United days when we played. Whatchamacallit? When we had Ollie. Do you remember them kind of shitty performances? Yeah, and I thought, oh Jesus, you're gonna have Mike Field and Michael Carrick. You're gonna have Solskjaer in the corner, Maguire coming on. I just don't know. I mean, when the lineup came out, Tom, what do you think of the lineup actually?
Very strong. It was a decent night. I thought it was pretty good, to be fair. Should be winning, like, but it was a good lineup, I thought.
Yeah, Australia, what's going on? Don't know what it is, but yeah, I think I pronounced it right, but anyways, I mean, we've had worse performances. Brighton, Brentford.
But it's not the worst performance. But like at the end of the day,
Yeah.
if you keep on playing at average like that, your luck is gonna run out eventually. Like your luck's only gonna run to a certain time. And today we kind of got a bit of karma back to us. Like I mean, our luck kind of ran out a little bit. So, but that's gonna happen, really. You know, I mean, you can be looking for so long, but then eventually you're gonna get your ass handed to you again.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not, like we didn't play like terrible. Like we were just okay. But even only playing okay against these teams, you can
Undercooked.
You can still get back. It can still backfire. Like I mean, just because you play okay against an average team, they can still like shock you. They can still like masterclass you. Like I mean, like, just because you play okay against a bad team doesn't mean you're completely safe. Like
Undercooked. Would you say? Overcooked.
yeah, that's a bit more, to be honest.
I mean, Rashford didn't have a decent performance himself.
But the guy's been on fire for ages, Charlie. He's going to have a game here and there. Like, I wouldn't go toward him. I mean, like, he's not the main man. And the amount of times he saved us recently, I won't. But like, fair enough, it wasn't his best game. Like I heard, like, but sure, he's been so good for us. He scored every single. This is the first game since the Club World came back. He has scored. Club World come back for almost a month, and this is the first game he has scored in. That's impressive. And we've played like what 7-8 games since then. First game, like obviously not.
Yeah. It's the Burnley game. Well, it's the Burnley game onwards. Remember the Burnley game, Carabao Cup to City. So, I mean, listen, I'd rather have the shitty performance today than on Sunday. I think we play better.
That's very true. In fairness, like, but I'm just worried that this will affect our confidence. Like maybe we'll see we can't beat Palace. Like the confidence is gone. Like I don't think that'll be major issue, but like it still can affect team to a certain level. Like
yeah, I mean, yeah, but I think the players just have to lift themselves up. And
they do. They honestly, I do think they will, but they do. They just have to just like man up and own up a bit and just kind of move on. That's all we can really do, and that's what we're going to have to do.
Yeah, like I mean, I've calmed down a bit from the results. You know, after the game, I was a bit pissed off, but I'm not sure about you. But I've calmed down a bit.
Yeah, I've calmed a bit as well. Like, I know, like, sure, it's a bit obviously it's disappointing. I do think we're winning this, but sure, listen, results are going to happen, and sure, we've been really good. Like, I mean, honestly, as I said before many times, just move on. Just move on. What happened. You can't change it. Just move on. Focus on the future.
Yeah, that's it. And I mean, like, I think the worst player on the pitch was Anthony.
From my
unless, I think everyone had an average game. I mean, these player ratings will do now in a sec.
I mean, I probably have ratings because I didn't even watch the match. Like, well, I usually the ratings.
Well, I mean, supposed to just go off me.
Yeah,
I mean, De Gea. I mean, well, we did make a few good saves.
I already made it, which is fair, so we probably an okay game.
So I give him a 6.5. We could have lost the game, Tom. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing.
That's very true.
You know, we got 2 good saves, 6.5, 7. I mean, obviously you didn't really watch it, but would you agree? 6.5. Is that what you'd be going with?
Sorry?
Would you be sticking with the same?
Oh yeah. No, whatever you go for, I didn't watch the match.
You watch bits anyways. I think that 1-1 just kind of tell you how the game went anyways. Luke Shaw. Did he get an assist to... Who scored for us? Jesus, Eriksen got to... Yeah.
Eriksen's assist for Fernando scored.
I'll give him a 6. They're just going to be average. Verano Martinez, 6.5. Wan-Bissaka had a good game. I'm going to give him 6.5 as well. I just don't know, Tom. I can't. It'd be cruel for me to give someone a 10 on someone, because yeah, we didn't play bad, didn't play well. But, listen, if anyone's watching and you disagree, let me know. I mean, Tom, if you feel like, hold on a second, you sure do you want to go with this? By all means, stop me. And
Yeah, and I didn't watch the match, so whatever we go, if I go with like this.
Ericsson and Ericsson got the assist, so I'll give him 7. Casemiro 7. Rashford 6. I give Rashford no. I gotta go 5. No, it isn't 6. I give Rashford a 6. I mean, it's an average. Bruno, you got the goal, so I give him a 7. Just a 7. Anthony 4. I mean, Wakehorst was his debut. I give him a 5.5. I don't know. I'll just give all the subs an average 5. It's probably going to be a hard one to pick, Tom. Just let you pick off the top of your head, even if you didn't watch the game or not.
Bruno, who scored.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm going to ask you this question. Just simple. Win, lose, or draw. Obviously, the preview, of course, Saturday, but, just in case. Arsenal. What are they? As of now, I know, or with that question, will we leave that question on pause?
So what's the question?
Arsenal, win, lose, draw, or will we leave it on pause?
Leave it on pause. I'd say ask me that question Saturday. I don't know.
I mean, that can happen. I mean, we're confident against City, and we had not a great performance against Charlton, even though we beat them 3-0.
We also just have to wait and see.
But yeah, looking at this transfer window, would you consider bringing anyone else in?
Don't know who else we can really bring in. I mean, we've brought in 2 players on loan, which is better than I expected. No one else really linked with. I'd say we'll probably leave it at that.
Yeah, same. So I think Butland and Wakehorst are going to be the only signings.
Yeah.
And they're only loan signings as well. Which is never ever ideal. But yeah, I know Man United did draw. I know we're going to get slated, but all we can do is, we can't get any worse. We are doing very well this season. I am happy so far the way we're doing the season, Tom. Top 4. Ten Hag's 4th season.
No, we're still having a good season. Like, obviously, just because one poor result, just disappointing. But sure, like as I said before, move on, focus on what's next, and just try our best to improve from here.
Do you reckon Ten Hag will make sure that we play very well on Sunday?
Hope so. I mean, I'd say so. Ten Hag certainly is a man who takes the nonsense, but sure.
Find out.
Just gonna hope for the best, really.
That's it. But Tom, I appreciate you coming on for this post-match. Much appreciated. Wouldn't say it's the most happiest of post-matches, but let's hope it's the last unhappy post-match. But listen, would I be surprised if United go out and beat Arsenal? I'll be literally looking back at this game saying it makes no sense. But yeah. But then thanks for coming on, Tom. I know it's late and you're probably in school tomorrow, so I do. Thanks for coming on. Thanks everybody for watching. Hit like, let us know your thoughts on the results. Can Manchester United improve? I think so. But let us know what you think. Hit that subscribe button. Follow our socials: Instagram, Twitch. Usually I was on that doing the United with career mode. TikTok, Twitter, and basically we're on everything really. But yeah, Crystal Palace won, Manchester United won. Tom, try and enjoy the rest of your night, which is nearly over. And thanks everybody for watching. I'll speak to you all in a bit. Peace and come on, United. I always say it, so I'm just going to keep saying it again. Come on, United.